I've recently realized how much I guess, protect myself.
What's life about?
What is life about? To me, it means seeking wisdom and continuously learning, humility, and deepening my capacity to love. I think I've just been nurtured in an environment that always allowed that to be the case, and just been surrounded by like spirituality and parents who always carried themselves in that way. I feel like my parents always allowed me to air my thoughts, and they would always think critically with me. Be like, why do you think you reacted that way? And I'm like, yeah, why did I? Actually, my parents sent me to Protestant and Buddhist scripture at the same time when I was 5 years old. And yeah, so I was very curious, and I was like, oh, so there's different ways of looking at things, but I wonder if there's links. Like, I was very curious. This is 5-year-old me.
Yeah. So insightful.
I know this sounds like, I know I didn't think, like, connect the dots as a 5-year-old in that way, but I could notice just how much people wanted to connect with something bigger, I guess. And I actually ultimately resonated more strongly with Buddhism, and in ways I was learning really harsh realities about the world that was really intimidating. I would almost come home and cry about it and talk to my parents about it. Being like, that's scary, like we're all gonna die and I might not see you again. Like, it was scary, but I wanted to confront it. I wanted to kind of be fearless in my spirituality, and my parents always were like, okay, let's talk about it. And I think in Buddhism I learned something called metta meditation. And so I learnt that, you know, Buddha would start his day by sending like loving kindness towards himself and then beyond to everyone, including people who haven't been born yet, animals, beings that don't exist in this realm, but like cultivating that much love and compassion. And that's how I realized that's absolutely how I want to be.
Yeah. Has Buddhism or your faith like continued on that same trajectory?
I wouldn't say so in a way, because in high school I went to a school where suddenly there were no brown kids, there was no access to learning more Buddhism at that time, and I had to go back to Protestant scripture, and I think at that time I just wanted to connect with people. Like, I was still channeling my values, but I think I still started to pull away and just try so much to connect and be present but not think past that. Yeah, I think only in like the past 2 years have I really come back home to that.
Yeah, what brought you home?
Honestly, a friend that I've made recently, and she just opened up a channel of just being like, so I believe in reincarnation, and I was just like, you do? And I was like almost winded, and I remember I was with her and her friend, and I would just look at them both talking about spirituality, like, are you real? Like, I've never had friends like this. Yeah, and I also knew someone in the past who actually one day was really emotional, and he said to me, it breaks my heart that you keep spirituality so locked away. And I was like, he cares about this more than I do. And I thought that was really silly. And so I think he really nurtured that in me for a little while.
So what has spirituality done to you then? Like, what is the amazing part about it?
It's just a compass, essentially, I think. It's really helped me navigate suffering, understanding why things take place and how to operate in a way that's not egocentric and making the world revolve around me, I guess. I'm always asking, what am I supposed to learn from this? Which I think is so much more empowering.
What have been some experiences that you think have put you in a position where you've had to then learn or later learn about yourself?
A lot of things. I guess the top two would be loneliness and heartbreak.
How does it feel just like naming them?
I guess, yeah, it makes me feel a little bit vulnerable.
Like, what is it like just feeling vulnerable if it is something you're normally pretty comfortable with?
Well, I guess, yeah, it's resistance at the moment. I can see that I'm being resistant. Yeah.
What do you think you're trying to protect when it does come up?
I think I know what it is. I think often if it includes other people, I never want to speak to it. I don't want them to be misperceived. I don't want them to be seen in a bad light.
So you're still trying to protect others?
Yeah. I guess so.
And I don't know who those people are. The camera doesn't know who those people are.
Yeah.
How did those people impact you?
I think I don't fully acknowledge how much it hurt me sometimes, but I guess feeling really insignificant in the end was a huge catalyst for me to realize how inconsistent and unreliable people are, regardless of just how much I love them, and show them that I'll consistently be there. And I noticed with that heartbreak that my pain wasn't so much towards them being like, why did you leave me? Why did you hurt me? It was, Gianna, why did you neglect yourself? Why are you scrambling back to yourself? If you were caring for yourself consistently, this wouldn't hurt so much. That was the realization that I had from heartbreak. So since then, I've been trying to catapult myself towards like deeply loving, nurturing, and caring for myself. I'm getting there. It's hard. It's so easy to like go back into patterns of like, yeah, like I can easily revert to giving my care to other people and forgetting that there's so much that I need to do for myself.